Hello, everybody. It is the Punisher, the one and only Punisher with the one and only Punisher family right here on a Sunday. Let me go up this board. I was reading some things here, and I was a little confused about this one fella giving the rundown. I'm not sure what I was reading. But Tina says the 6 p.m. Eastern Daily Worldwide Prayers now until 6:15. God bless the children of the world. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Susan Wyatt, our God's blessings, Punisher. Mora, hi, Mr. Punisher. Mora Arts. Hi, Mr. Punisher. Tell us more about your elf on the shelf. Well, he's an elf on the shelf. His middle name is Bob. He likes to be called Snickerdoodle. I just made that up. Thank you, Punisher, for your service beyond service. God bless you, says Michelle Wagner. Thank you for those kind words. Christine 9067 says, Happy Sunday, Patriots. God bless you. Klamath Falls, Oregon in the house with Cliff Meyer. Cliff, I'll tell you, I saw that mugshot you sent me, and I will do my best to get the Punisher in that shot. It's a very tight shot, but I have an idea on how to do it. Stand by for news. I will get back with you. Okay, trust in the Lord. He knows all of the children. He knows them all. But Ann WM68, I was a little confused by all this. It looks like it just abruptly starts by saying, so I basically moved into a crappy apartment. I don't know when. Yeah, sounds like you lived in an apartment same age that I did. A whole lot of messages on that. I worked at a pizza place and a clothing place, and then something about CC's Bar outside of University of South Florida. And then you say you're at 17 and asking the question if that's underage. I think it's underage. I mean, then there's Tracy Wu. Always a blessing to be here with the truly wonderful Patriots and the magnificent man of the hour. I almost read that as man of the year. I'd like to accept this award on behalf, half of all of the Patriots. It's throughout Punisher land. I accept this award. Thank you, everybody. I'd like to thank my mother and father who brought me into this world. Thank you for that award. Anakin Skywalker, don't know what we got there. Anakin Skywalker. Tracy Wu says, Tina, I see you, sister. Sister Christian, oh, the time has come. Okay, awarding man, disability. Oh, by the way, I people liked my financial advice last night. Of course, I have a little bit more information on that because somebody said they started collecting at 62. Naturally, not everybody's situation is the same, so I would just add this little bit of detail, and that's it. Your amount at 62 is somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's just say, $2,000 for ease. But if you make more than $23,400 in a given year, for every $2 beyond that, they take $1 out of your check. So basically, simple math is if you make, roughly 28 grand in a single year, you're going to get zero. So it's not going to work for everybody. It's which means I would have to wait till 67 myself. But rest assured, at 67, doesn't matter how much you make, they don't take a dime. So I will wait till 67 myself. And for the one person that said that they had started at 62, have no regrets, that's great. And for the rest of you, I would just consider that one little thing. But then everybody here probably already knows that crap anyway. Tina says, Tracy Wu, love you so much, sister. We got sisters. Sisters on the net. Okay. The Yaya Sisterhood. Then I saw somebody mention a song somewhere in here. I saw, never Sweet Jenna Rainbows, Love You. Okay. Somebody said something about a American Pie. I'll come back to that. Punisher Sing, I don't want to lose your love tonight. Yeah, that's it. Ooh. Hot lips. I'm hot blooded. Check it and see. The day the music died. Deplorable Ant seems to come on here with a question in all capital letters. Still no arrests. What exactly are you looking for? What are you looking for? Thank you, Punisher. Sing so beautiful. Well, that wasn't very, very beautiful. But I will say this. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance. And maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something struck me deep inside the day this podcast died. And I was singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And I was thirsty, so I poured myself a glass of Blanton's. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This'll be the day that I die." Blah 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 blah. There you go. There you go. A bit late to the party, but glad to be here, says Brian. So is the beanie on because it's cold in the house or just a bad hair day? Well, I can tell you this. If I take off the beanie, it will now be a bad hair day, Brian. But I thought it looked pretty styling in it. It's green. Green. It was a little chilly. I actually turned off one of the heaters because it was getting too hot already. So, fashion statement. That's what it is. Yeah. They call me the Edge. Punisher, you always looking great, says Tina. Thank you. Lois is in the house. Regarding the last post, as stated, John, a bartender there at the time, was friends with Thomas and my ex-boyfriend and also became an investment broker. Perhaps you should send your number and we'll do a live call to you and you can explain all of this that you're talking about. Marvelous, darling. Hello, Punisher, says Maria Joa. Emma. This is Maria. Green tartan or just plain plaid? This is flannel from Cabela's. I got it last year and I forgot about it for like an entire year. And there it is. There it is. Isn't it beautiful? I love green. I love green. Kim Can 5446 says, the Punisher, you always look marvelous. Thank you very much. Sweet Jenna Rainbow says her husband is going to be in the hospital for a while after 12/18. Well, we are very sorry to hear that. We hope that he gets well very, very soon. Thank you, Kim Can. You blend in on the farm. That's right. I'm a mountain man here at heart. Look at me. Why, hell, chimpanzee could do that. Mr. Punisher is such a handsome man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have proof, still 0 arrests. What are you talking about? Brian says, hey, Lois and Carol, Margie is coming, finishing a laundry changeover here. Finishing a laundry changeover, I see. From the washer to the dryer. Yeah, I did some of that too. Yep, Punisher had to wash his clothes. I do wash clothes. I know how to do domestic duties. I know how to do whites. I did my whites. Got to have my white t-shirts. By the way, that's a little pet peeve of mine is you don't wear a dress shirt, my friends, without a damn t-shirt underneath it. There you go. Great points by the Punisher. However, if you're the Punisher, I take it to the next level. I take it to the H&L, as they say, the whole nother level. That's off one of the Mad TV guys things. I have a t-shirt under every shirt. I have a t-shirt under a t-shirt, by the way. Everybody always notices they call me the Father Punisher. It's because I always have a white t-shirt on. If I'm wearing a t-shirt with a thing on it, underneath that t-shirt is a white t-shirt. Now, if you don't do that, that's your thing. But me, I need that. I need that separation. Games people play. There's another thing. Games people play in the middle of the night. How's someone go? I've been doing my Cinderella chores this morning. Well, Nikki, just so happens I found a stray glass slipper over here. No, I'm kidding. Lois is asking if I'm wearing my one piece today. It's funny you should say that. Yes. I know. But it is funny that it just seems like almost practically days ago, the pool was clear and blue and it was hot outside. And now here we are almost at Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about this. I said, soon as October hits, all of a sudden there's just like, bam, the year's gone. And then I get not depressed, but it just saddens me that it goes so fast. Lois and Clark, remember what I said about that? Great expedition, the Lois and Clark expedition. It's almost Christmas and you're still wearing it. Still wearing what? Yeah. And man, yeah. Lois and Clark, I know what you meant. I'm just being funny. Remember, I grew up out in Oregon, by the way, and Washington. So Lois has a thing for Clark. That's what you're trying to say. Regarding post at Papa's nightclub in Tampa, Florida, what about it? Go ahead. Call it. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Excuse me. Colorado Mama. Hearing too late. Pal is quitting on December 1. Quitting who? What? Quitting what? What? How about the Cash Patel interview? Some really good information on what he has been getting done, and the media holding any news to inform the American public on these great FBI efforts. Excuse me. Well, that's what the media does. They don't care that everything President Trump is doing is for America, for all Americans. They have to twist it, they have to make it look bad, and they have to just spew hate whenever they can. They forget that he's ending wars. They forget that he's bringing down prices. They forget that he's reducing crime. They forget that he's closed the border. They forget that he's kicking out brutal, horrible illegals. They forget it all because they are filled with hate. It's crazy. Yeah. Punisher says, can't read all the comments. Why, did somebody say something? Somebody mad at me already? Somebody's already mad at me. Is that it? Okay. Silver at almost at 57. Let's go. Hey, Punisher and family. Hope all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you, Marjorie. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Wonderful Thanksgiving. I cooked the entire meal. All myself. Why? Because I'm just a cook. I'm a spoon. That's what they say in the Army. If you worked in the mess hall, you were a spoon. That's what they said. But I enjoy to cook. I enjoy cooking, ladies and gentlemen. I made a cheese ball from hell. And guess what? A fraction of it got eaten. And now I'm going to have to take this big ass cheese ball. It's larger than a softball. And I'm going to have, Thanksgiving was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's basically got to go. Shit. All right. I'm going to record the sound of that cheese ball when I drop it in the trash can. Thump. I wish my husband cooked. I've cooked for him for 41 years and he's never cooked for me, or never, not even once, unless I was flipping burgers on a grill. Well, at the risk of offending some of my male patriots, I can't imagine a man that doesn't know how to cook. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. I can cook a mean lasagna. I can cook chicken cordon bleu. I can cook chili, of course. Chicken cacciatore, stuffed peppers. Stuffed peppers? You better thank a Punisher for chicken cacciatore. You better thank a Punisher for turkey. You better thank a Punisher for a cheese ball. You better thank a Punisher for that chip dip with sour cream and ranch mix. You better thank a Punisher. That's a hard mix. Yummy chicken cacciatore. Everything you mentioned sounds great. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I got to my Italian. I'm a bit of Italian. I don't even know what the hell that is, but Italian. Mm-hmm. Yep. For macaroni and cheese, you better thank a Punisher. Even when I make something simple, I don't make it simple. Guess what? Yes, I do make Kraft macaroni and cheese on occasion. But you know what I do? I add cheese. I put extra milk in it. I like it to be nice and moist and juicy. Put some salt in. Not salt, some pepper. I do taste before I salt, ladies and gentlemen. But I got to add pepper, a little cayenne pepper sometimes. And then the Punisher slathers some freaking ketchup on there and gets to town. Yeah. I am not much for macaroni and cheese with a crispy, crumbly top. I want my macaroni and cheese juicy and cheesy. That's what I want. I want cheese in every bite. I don't want that sticky, dried up cheese. Yeah, just the way I am. Some people like that whole crumbly, crisp top. I don't. I'll eat it, but that's not what I prefer. What about sausage and hominy? Yeah, I had hominy a lot growing up. It's basically corn nuts in a corn form in a pot. Uh, yeah, yeah, for regular corn. Uh, yeah, but I do. Hey, I know how to make a pretty mean crab dip too. Hmm. Buffalo chicken dip. Better thank a Punisher. Better thank the Punisher. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. And by the way, Velveeta is your friend. If you don't think so, ask the Punisher. The cook men cook. That's right. That's what I'm talking about, Brian. I know a fella. Shit. I think he'd probably starve to death. Person so spoiled that everything's cooked for them. And guess what? Never in his life had a toss in pizza. Who the hell gets through life without having a toss in pizza? They make some pretty decent toss in pizzas, by the way. Now, do I prefer going to the pizza place and getting a fresh one? Of course. In a pinch, nothing better than a toss in pizza. DiGiorno's, of course, makes a nice toss in pizza. Now, I always add to it. I add some fresh garlic. Might even dice up some onions on it. By the way, I recently found these Mike's pizzas, and they have like a little small one, like a little individual one. You open it up, and it comes with a little oregano packet and some the peppers, the red peppers, uh, in a packet. And then I had garlic and stuff. They're good, man. They got a nice crust to them. So they're at Food Line. That's where I saw them. Now they have the bigger Mikes too, but I'm talking about they have a small individual one. So there you go. Marjorie says, my mom would make her homemade scalloped potatoes, and we would all fought over the burnt top. Now, that's good. When you're talking about scalloped potatoes with a crisp top, oh, yeah, I like that. Funny enough, I haven't had scalloped potatoes in a long time. But I can guarantee you I could make them myself. Yeah. Jerry Ferguson says, I want a man who can cook, not give orders. Yep, that's what you should have. Carla Zillman says, I made my turkey dinner this afternoon. We had my mom's German fruit dressing. Yum. Okay. Nikki says, I don't even know where my tree is. Oh, my tree's up, ladies and gentlemen. Tree is up on the day after Thanksgiving. Punisher goes out and puts the lights up on the house. On the Saturday, Punisher goes out, gets a fresh tree, and then he puts it on top of the truck and he drives through town like it's a parade with his tree on there. Bring it home, take it off, put it up, level it, and she's looking good. She's looking good. I did get another tree. I have one real tree, and there's several little artificial ones, but I just got this one from the Hobby Lobby. It's a nice slender one. It's about 7 feet tall. Goes together in 3 pieces. Put it together, clickety click. It looks great. It's got some pine cones on it and stuff. Brian says we just got our Christmas decorations down from the attic. We go get a live tree after Margie's birthday on the 7th. There you go. Another live treer. And waiting until the 7th is probably a good thing. Because by the time the New Year gets here, on New Year's Day, I immediately go out and take the lights down. But I sit on the tree for a few more days, and then I drag that dry ass thing out the door, and it's the hugest mess ever. I dread it, but I'm going to still do it until I can't do it no mo. Got room for one mo? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you put the water in that tree as quickly as possible. That's the only way you can extend the life, because it'll drink it up. That first day, it's going to drink up a lot of that water. Nikki says, I haven't celebrated Christmas here for years. Christmas in summer in New Zealand is about barbecue and the beach. Yeah, that would be a different thing, I guess. But then again, there are plenty of places that are, warm in the throughout the winter, and just got to do it. I guess you got to just deal with it. But I do like to have different seasons. Marjorie just said, hi, Lovey. Who's Lovey? Oh, there's Lovey. Pistachio pudding in the Watergate salad. Okay. James says, my phone payment didn't register. Did the banks finally crash for the... No, they didn't crash. Just bought stuff on Amazon today. Our tree goes up in a blaze of glory the week after New Year's Eve. I love that part of the tradition we have. That's good, Brian. So you take yours out roughly the same time I do. Now, I live within the city limits, so they come pick the thing up. I drag it out to the yard and hope the wind doesn't blow. Because every once in a while, it blows, and then my tree's down the road. Yep. My decorations, says Linda, are up inside. Yep, I got decorations up. Trust me, I am so happy that the couple of cats here don't do that kind of stuff, because I've seen some of the videos out there on the internet. Cats going batshit crazy with trees and knocking them over. I'm afraid I'd be having some General Tso's chicken the next day if that cat does anything to my tree. Stir fry all the way. Tina says, Punisher, my psycho husband ruined Thanksgiving once again for me. I'm so sorry, but God lifted me up and gave me a gift I had prayed for. My daughter Amanda, so grateful to hear from her. And that's a wonderful thing. And very sorry, Tina, to hear about your, I hate to say it, call him that myself, but I hate to hear that your husband is that way. Wow. $44 Costco was selling real trees today. Michelle, that's a great deal. $44. Man, I've seen these trees go. I've been going to this place. I'm probably a goober. It's like, yeah, that guy comes here every year and tells me how many years he's come. But I can't help myself. I've seen the guy there now going on 23 years, and I just feel inclined to say, hey, it's good to see you again, my man. Jeez, I think it's about 23 years now. And he says, thanks for continuing to come. And somewhere in there, the tip for tying it on the vehicle went from $5 to $10. I decided one day, I said, it's time I upped that tip from $5 to $10. Carol, I paid $150 for my tree. So I know what you mean. They go up. Yeah. Lois says alcohol ruined a lot of her holidays when she was younger. I never had that kind of issue. I had other issues. Broken family. broken family, mess. I don't like to reflect on that time. I've created my own memories. Yep. Okay. Tina says, Marjorie Cook, thank you, sister. I think God is preparing me for something much worse than psycho. We are warriors of God. That's right. True that, Tina. True that. Jerry says, I want a real tree this year. Great. Get out there and get one. One big tippy top Punisher to 10, you say. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? That's not a bad tip for him to load it on the top of my truck after I just paid $150 for a tree. We are the champions. We are the champions. Go get a tree, put it up because of me. My mom had 3 pine Christmas trees in her front yard, and she would just top them and use them for our holidays. Well, they're not going to grow fast enough to top them each year. Well, I guess you get 3 years in between, if that's what you're saying. I have one out in the yard, but the damn thing's like 25 feet tall. I have an oak out front that I planted. For the first few years, I would string lights around it. I even had a big old stick with a bent piece of metal so I could put the lights up there. And then suddenly it got too big. Now it's massive. Now it's like 40 feet tall. Poet and didn't know it. Yeah. I am looking forward to all the changes in the world coming. And the truth, God bless everyone. Nikki says $150 for a tree. I guess that's like mind blowing. That was actually not the most expensive one. They had other trees going up to like 180. But if you want a Douglas fir, I like the Douglas fir. It's got the little shiny underneath to the needles. That's what I like. Linda says my mom put crushed saltine crackers on the top of mac and cheese. Interesting. You ever heard of that saltine cracker apple pie? I think it's called mock apple pie. I believe I mentioned this before. I've never made it myself, but I've had a bite of it before. And it tastes remarkably like apples. It's incredible. Yeah. Jen Hayes, that's a very good question. Do you put multicolor lights or single? I have bounced back and forth over the years. Outside, they are all white, warm white. When LEDs first came out, they were this mind-killing blue, like killer blue. They're so white they're blue. It almost like hurts your eyeball. It just didn't seem appealing. And then they perfected them a little bit more, and now you can get cool white, you can get warm white, and you can get that other white. I like warm white. I got icicles all the way across the front of the house and around a few bushes and a light pole. And that's what I have. On the tree, I got multicolor LED Edison style bulbs. They're little tiny ones. And they were so hard to find. When I first found them, I'm like, whoa, I love these little things. It's a little beautiful small LED bulb called the Edison bulb because it looks like one of the early Edison bulbs. Excuse me. Tina says, love the video that you posted on the new Facebook page. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of comments. Jiminy Christmas. Despite that coffee, it's still almost gone. This is just a lingering one here and there, and doing my impressions it doesn't help. But yeah, the video I believe she's talking about is Santa Claus coming out of the very door to my right. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't been to the Facebook thing, go up there and subscribe to here and there and everywhere. There are no ghost mods. What about bubble lights? I love them bubble lights. I was just talking about those bubble lights the other day. Remember how hot they would get and all that? I do have a couple bubble lights, but those things, the original ones, are quite dangerous because they get so damn hot they can practically burn the place down. I think they make a cool functioning bubble light now. I'm not sure. Carla says we used to get a live tree, but now it's pre-lit tree. Branches are stronger to handle my ornaments. You're right about that. Debbie says I have 2 large puppies in the house. They would take a tree down quick. Going to put up a small countertop one. Crazy puppies. Well, Walter hasn't been doing too much to the tree. He snatched off one of the little soft decoration towards the bottom. It was a candy cane at the beginning today. It was just decorated. And beyond that, he hasn't done anything. He just wanders on by. So he's pretty good. And if the cat's up to no good, I just tell Walter. I just point to her and I say, ch-ch-ch. And he goes and he's like the boss. He's the warden. He's the warden in the house. He'll get that cat and put her in order. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you can expect to see. I'll put a special Walter. He's not in here. Yep. I'll put a special Walter thing on Facebook, no doubt. Walter is a pretty good boy. He's a pretty good boy. Yes, he is. He sure does like to look at my pizza crust. That's for sure. Sometimes I'm sitting there in the living room eating away, and I don't see over my arm, and I go, and he's been sitting down there just patiently waiting for a scrap for the last 15 minutes, and I didn't even realize it. He's so quiet. He's just sitting there looking up. He's like, give me a scrap. Please give me a scrap. Yeah. And Diane said her dog is like that to the cat too. That's right. You need a warden in the house. I don't want to have to be chasing that cat. Leave that to Walter. Take care of business, Walter. Come back and get a treat. Yep. I need to take another picture of the lights outside now that the tree is lit up. That's how my Pitbull, as he stares at every bite I take. There. That's. I thought, yeah, I wouldn't wait for. What the hell? I thought I could swear that said something else at first. Yep. He stares at me. I would wait for pizza scraps too. Yummy. Raymond Burr had a lumberjack brother named Tim. Okay. Speaking of Raymond Burr, you guys ever watch Rear Window? Alfred Hitchcock, great freaking movie. Raymond Burr is the guy across the way. With Jimmy Stewart. You see, Jimmy Stewart's over there, and he's got a broken leg, and he's like watching everything going on in the neighborhood. And when he isn't feeling good, he likes to have some chicken noodle soup. I got Hulu and watched the Christmas Story. I was laughing. Oh, I need to do that. I need to go lick my flagpole. Ladies and gentlemen, Punisher's going to lick the flagpole, and we're going to have fun with that. Cat on a hot tin roof. I need to write this down. Hold on. Let me get my notepad. Let me get my notepad. Oh, I don't even have my pen. Notepad. A note to self. Lick the flagpole. Yeah, be careful with that thing. You're gonna shoot your eye out. You're gonna shoot your eye out. In like Flint with Paul Newman. Cool movie. Ralphie. Ralphie. But that is Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart. Yeah. What's funny about the rear window is this gorgeous woman, his girlfriend, brings him food, like catered food over to him. And she does bend over backwards for him. And he's like, trying to push her off. It's so funny. You're like, how could you possibly be, pushing this woman away? But it all works out well in the end. And of course, in those old movies, you always see that the dude is always much older than the woman. Ah, Lois loves it there. Fella. You know what? I know the American people know it. Yeah. Brian says, hi, Jane. Well, hello, Jane. Some missing people here tonight. Oh, we actually got a good show, but I noticed a couple of people not here tonight. Who was it that we hadn't seen in a while? I watch every year. Christmas Story is so funny, and drinking eggnog. I wonder if I could slip out there after the show and take the picture using a flash. That way the neighbors won't see me looking stupid. Yeah. Can I sing a Christmas song in a JFK voice? Huh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell rock, blah, 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 blah. Damn, 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 damn. How about I sing a Rudolph? You know what? I know what the American people do know it. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a very shiny nose. Hello, Ally McOz. You would even say it glows. All of those other reindeers, they used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph play in any reindeer games. Them little bastards. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? How he blah blah. And he shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's not often I sing like that there. Sometimes maybe I can tell a story like it was the night before Christmas when all through the house, not a single creature was stirring, not even a little bitty mouse. The stockings there was hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children all nestled, all snug in their beds, snug like little bugs, with visions of sugar plums. I'm reading up my book. Not really. Dancing in their little heads. Yeah. And the next thing you know, on Dasher, on blah, 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 blah. And then they came on there and they dropped some gifts down. Santa came down, he dropped some gifts off, and he said, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, that story and other famous stories by yours truly in a published book that will be coming out soon on Amazon by Punisher, a.k.a. John F. Kennedy. You know what? I know what you make. People do know it. Oh, Cary Grant and the Bishop's Wife. The Bishop's Wife. Lois said, I'm saving this. Saving this. Yep. Away in the manger, the little boy sleep. What are you drinking tonight there? Says Carol. Blanton's. Blanton's is here tonight. Okay. Yeah, I'm having some Blanton's, ladies and gentlemen. And I, everybody remember this? And I sees OJ, and he's looking really, really scared. Prank call from way back. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth, my two front teeth, those two. No crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. Feed me those lyrics and I'll sing the song. The little boy Jesus. With a nice gap in between. I don't have a gap. No gap here, ladies and gentlemen. No gap. Missing operation. Caca. You remember that? Caca. Somebody remembers caca. JFK. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. It's the only thing I really want. You remember that there, a high-speed chase of Simpson? Yes, I remember that high-speed chase at 35 miles per hour. Rob says, my wife almost burnt down our live one in the fireplace, not to mention 3 feet of snow and dragging it out of the truck. Did you say that we are on Operation Smoking Guns 5.0? That is correct. Teener. Okay, that's true for me. All I want for Christmas is my bottom denture, my bottom denture, my bottom denture. What Catherine wants. Catherine Stazzoni wants a bottom denture. Put it on the Christmas list. Ask Santa nicely. He might make you sit on his lap, though. Thank you again for the mention in the video for the Hong Kong people in Tai Po. Tracy, it is my pleasure. My pleasure. We were looking out for you. I was looking out for you. I was informing the team here of things. And so we are glad you're okay, but very sorry for the loss of those 65 fine souls. At least that's the last count I got. Now, when they talk about the arrest, tell me about the arrest. You can put it down one quick comment. Are the arrests based on arsonists, or the arrest based on somebody that did something wrong that led to the fire? That's what I'm curious about. When I first heard about arrests, I was of the assumption that maybe it was somebody that did it on purpose, which would be horrible. Cliff says, last night I watched Unthinkable. That's a movie called Unthinkable? What's going on with the? Well, who's in Unthinkable? Who's the key actor? I'm trying to remember the movie. You read it was the owners of the building? Oh, for having some faulty stuff, no doubt. On Thanksgiving Day, next to town over there was a house explosion. Nothing left of the house. So sad, but nobody got hurt. Well, Soul Gardner, that one of those happened here, and it's almost, you see when something like that happens, you kind of know what it is. It was a gas leak, and something finally triggered it, and it just completely destroys the home. The one that happened here a year or two ago, they had the local electrician guy out there checking something on the lines, and he unfortunately got killed, and when the house did exactly what you're talking about. It's completely disintegrated. It's crazy. It's nothing but sticks and crap. Yeah, gas leak. Yeah, when it happens like that, that's what it is. Which has always made me hesitant about gas. I don't have any gas. I don't have any gas items in the house. I know people love the gas stove, but man, I feel like that's just one more thing to worry about is the damn get another gas explosion. So now, if the place had gas when I bought it, I would continue with the gas. But would I change over to it? No, I would not. Do I like having the option? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. I remember under Biden, they were trying to get rid of gas homes while their own people were using gas stoves. Yeah. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Well, I have a gas. I mean, I have a grill outside that has a gas. And I also have my smoker grill because I use charcoal, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. There's Dawn. I like a gas stove. Yes, a lot of people like a gas stove. That's why I was saying if I had gas when we, bought the place, I would certainly be using it. There's a very distinct advantage to using gas. You can control that heat like whew, up, down, sideways. And it's largely safe. Let's not say that it's not. It's just that if something happens, boy, everybody here knows, right, that gas has no smell, right? And they add that funky smell. They add that funky egg smell so that you know when there's a leak. Otherwise, you wouldn't know anything. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? If you didn't know that, well, now you do. I watched episode 3 of Landman. Last week on episode 2, I ended up having sloppy joes because of it. This time, yeah, it's good. Yes, gas has a funny smell. Yeah, it smells like rotten eggs, and that's on purpose. Caca. Wait. Jason said he wanted a pillow, man. We're not doing any pillow action here, are we? Not no pillow action tonight. You guys are not going to try and snuff out the Punisher, are you, with a pillow? Hope that's not the plan. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be my last and final podcast. I'm getting ready to get snuffed out. Mike Lindell, the Pillow Man. My Pillow. Haven't seen any commercials from him in a long time. I'm pretty sure that he's done. It went out of business. It's complicated. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? And you yeah, I like that. I like her. She's a good singer. She's gotten older now, and why am I drawing a blank on her? But I almost want to say Alanis, but it's not Alanis. It's who is it? Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? Life's like that. Thank you, Lois. Now I got to look it up. I'm giving you a little extra time here. Let's see. Complicated. Avril Lavigne. She does a new one. Complicated 2020. She does a little stage version of it. It's really good in her newer years. Let's see, new. Dude. Oh yeah, Avril Lavigne. It's if you haven't seen this, it's 3 years ago. It's First Take. Look up Avril Lavigne, Complicated, the First Take. It's a great rendition of her song as an adult. And yeah, I've always been a big fan. Always been a big fan. I put that song in a video all the way back in 2003, ladies and gentlemen. I used it for something. Okay. My pillow took away my morning wake up. I love all Doris Day movies. Okay, me too. Let's see. Life's like that. I saw gas down to like 270 around here. Round here, something that. Tina saying, "Don't leave, please. Don't go. I want you to know." Auto pen, what's the question? You want me to write? You want me to do something with an auto pen? Yep. I'm going to go ahead and pardon a few people. So I pardon you, and I pardon you, and I pardon you, and pardon me for that cough. Lois says, "Have a good rest of your night." People leaving. They sense it coming. Do they sense it coming already? It's sad that I lose half the audience the moment I begin whistling. I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to have to stop the whistle. Just do a hard stop. Just do a hard stop. It means it must be wearing old on people. Wearing old. It's wearing. Shed a tear 'cause I'm missing you, and it's still okay to smile. It's been great here for a while tonight. Hey, Punisher Patriots, I'm gonna see you again soon. Stand by for all of that new content. Be sure to see it on Facebook too. The Facebook funny stuff, not political stuff. So everybody have a wonderful night. Scrooge Inside Bulger. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.